Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Cathedral of Velvet podcast. Let's go. Woo! All right, yeah. Another 2 weeks, and we are back again. Guys, don't know if this is the Cathedral of Velvet podcast where we talk about, Shinmugami Tensei or, slightly related to that related news. Every 2 weeks or so. Yeah, mainly every 2 weeks. I'm your host, Parajusho. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, it's these 2 weeks has been pretty good, kind of eventful. Everything we like to start off the show, talking a couple of minutes, what's been going on in IRL and whatnot. Right now, actually, I'm kind of in in the middle of a Master duel, just because I was like, it was like I was setting up, and then I was I was just like fighting or dueling a VTuber, just like, okay, first time fighting a VTuber. I was hoping, this VTuber was live. I was trying to find out, like, okay, Google Lens, try to find out who this person is, just so I can just, like, say hi or GG, but couldn't find that person on, like, YouTube or whatnot. So, I just had to, like tweet at them, like, hey, GG, that was fun. But, yeah, that was, it was a fun kind of duel, because just like it was mainly kind of one-sided. Like in the duel, like I was able to bring out I'm a mainly heroes player, so I was able to bring out on my first turn Dark Law. And it's like, well no, technically that person, the VTuber, went first, set a card, and then pass over to me. Then I, brought out Dark Law, and then that is when that person brought out, like, a trap card that just took control of it. So it was just like, oh man, I really don't want to deal with that. So like it was just like, okay, how do I get rid of my own card? Because I was just getting monsters that was just like not enough. So it's like, what do I do? What do I do? So it ended up like I had to destroy my own monster, because like the effect of Dark Law is just like, okay, every card is banished on the opponent's side of the field. So I use that ability to my advantage, because I had a card in my hand that lets me fusion with monsters in the banish. So I just did that to bring out Absolute Zero. And yeah, it was like they were able to destroy most of my monsters on my field, but I was able to bring out Destiny Hero, not malicious, what was the card name again? Dominant. It'll, Dominance, and just bring out also Destiny Hero malicious, so just destroy them. Now I'm just figuring out how do I deal with this one person, because person is dealing with resonators. Let me just see. Like, it's really annoying trying to fight against resonators. It's just so annoying. So let me just summon this monster, perhaps. Really trying to get through this real quickly. But what else has been happening throughout, like, the past 2 weeks since the last recording? I went to my first ever YouTube, like, meetup. It was the YouTube Creator Collective. So I was lucky to be, like, invited to that. Met, like, a whole bunch of, like, YouTubers down in Miami and play, like, Top Golf. And it was so awesome to, like, be a part of that. I did felt kind of out of place, because, like, there was, like, so many other, like, YouTubers who were like, oh yeah, like, oh, I have like 100,000 subs, 200,000. Like, there were even like some subscribers who like had millions. I was just like, oh yeah, I only have like a 1.8k subscribers, despite me, being here for like 13 years. So just like, yeah, yeah. But it was a great time. I was able to meet Jenny Hoyos, which I never. I will be honest. I didn't know her before. The email was sent to me about the event. So yeah. And then I met one of the creators who like inspired me to start making videos, T Bindel, and it was just like so awesome. I was just like, oh my god, he's here! Oh, and I was like just very excited. Me and like we talked for a bit. It was like a awesome. It was an awesome event. I took some pictures. It's Some of them are up on Twitter right now. Planning on trying to do like I did a little recorded a little vlog while we were there. So hopefully I want to try to like have that out somewhat soon. Uh, no promises on like the time frame. Uh, I'm just a little bit gassy. Sorry. So yeah, that was a fun event. And this week I'm planning to go to Orlando for a Miku Expo. So, and I'm planning to do a little vlog for their Thursday. So hopefully that goes pretty well. What else? What else has been happening? Uh, hmm. Well, I'm technically on vacation from work, so yeah, not much. Well, there's been like a recent discourse happening, online, real life. It has to do with like the game Stellar Blade, and I did get the game even though I don't have a PS5. It was just like to support Shift Up, and it was all because like a couple of days to like about a week before launch, uh they said that the game is gonna be uncensored, right? So like every version of the game will be the same, like nothing's like gonna be changed. So that is when the game releases, and there was a day one patch. And that day one patch contained censored stuffs, like some of like two of the outfits that were in the game were modified, like two or three I think were modified. So they were like add more clothes to like cover like cleavage, like added tights to clothes that didn't have tights before. Uh, yeah, like started to cover more clothings, and then they like removed like some of the gore in the game. So like some cases like Eve would get like bloody and all that stuff, and they removed that. So yeah, people are up in arms about this because essentially they lied about this. And I am on the side of, hey, this is false advertisement. You said this would be uncensored, and then when you launch the day one patch, you censor things. So yeah, that's pretty messed up. So like now people are are like disconnecting their PS5 from the internet up until like they beat the game, so like they don't have to like patch in the game. And yeah, and there's like a change.org petition going on for like Shift Up and PlayStation to like they restore the game how it was before. And I do agree that they really shouldn't have lied to the customers, saying like, oh yeah, it's not it's not censored, it's how it's always supposed to be, even though it's like it is censored. Like like if the game on 1.0 release and it's and it changed to like the 1.2 version, yeah, that is censoring. And like that is, people said like, oh, but the the creator of the game said, oh, it's not, this is how it was supposed to be. And I'm just like, that's a lie, and you know it, cause like uh they've done, like, multiple people have said like, oh, they've done similar things like this before, just like, oh yeah, it was supposed to be like that, like, yeah, totally not censored or anything. No, like, that is still censoring, and that is not intended to be. Like, they're not gonna say, oh yeah, PlayStation told us to do it, because it's gonna be bad blood for both Shift Up and PlayStation, so they rat and, like, ruin the relationship for PlayStation with Shift Up. So like, if they say, oh yeah, it was PlayStation, go tell them. So like, PlayStation would get like all the heat, and Shift Up might not be able to work with PlayStation if they went that route. So they just took the full blame. But it's really PlayStation, because they've always been like, ever since the headquarters shifted from Japan to California, that's how it's been. Oh hey, how about you have everything be translated, maybe everything into English, so all your Japanese text into English, and oh yeah, we're gonna censor a lot of Japanese things. We're not gonna have certain games be released in the West, a la Omega Fantasy Life. No, Omega Labyrinth Z. That was the game that was like denied release in the West, like for PS4 and Vita. So like, yeah, like, and there were like other games that were like censored on the PlayStation version that wasn't released on, or like that wasn't censored on other platforms. So yeah, PlayStation would censor games, when if it releases on their platform. And I wouldn't doubt for a set for like, like, especially, a game that's partnered with PlayStation, to say, oh no, it wasn't PlayStation at all. No, it was definitely PlayStation, to like, just like, it's definitely, something that PlayStation would do, that they would put in the contract to say like, hey, if we make any decision, you have, like, you gotta take the blame for it, or something along the lines of that. So yeah, it's pretty annoying, and I just beat the beat the duelist here right in the middle of that. So yeah, I really hope Shift Up says something about this whole situation, because the last thing they said, like, oh yeah, we're having internal discussions about this whole situation. So just really hope the news about this will come soon, because it's just gonna be worse if nothing's gonna be said about this. So yeah, and there's some extremes happening on both sides. Like, I feel like the worst is just like coming from people who just like, oh, this isn't censorship, just like, oh, these are just gooners who just want just want good, who just want bust their load. Just like, bro, like y'all act the same whenever it comes to like other characters like Lady D, and y'all act like, oh, this never happens before. Like, bro, yeah, yes it does. Yeah, it does happen. You're just being hypocrites that it doesn't. So yeah, just hope that things will get resolved somewhat soon, please, and just hopefully the whole costume censorship will be resolved, because it's somewhat annoying to see it on Twitter. I mean, but I'm also seeing it because, like, hey, I'm clicking on the post, seeing what's being said here, so it's also, I mean, for seeing all this stuff on Twitter, so, so, yeah, do what you can, do, what's the saying, like, you're screwed if you do, you're screwed if you don't, right? So, uh, well, what can you do? But, yeah, that's been happening, this past 2 weeks or so, just looking around to see, what's been happening, around the room and all that stuff. Um, hmm, I think that's about it. So yeah. Uh, all right. So let's just shift over, get shift up, shift over. Let's just uh go over to the news segment. This portion of the podcast is sponsored by you, the patrons on patreon.com/cafe podcast. With as low as $3 a month, you can support me and the podcast with benefits such as exclusive posts, early access to the podcast, no in-video ads, your name scrolling in the video, and much more. So please consider supporting your boy over at patreon.com/cafe podcast. And now back to the show. So let's just click over here. Alright, oh, and totally forget. Boop. Articles are from Persona Central. So yeah, like always, we're checking articles from these guys, Persona Central. Make sure you guys, check them out. Links to the articles are always in the descriptions of the video and audio podcast. So please check them out. Check their Facebook, check their YouTube, check their Twitter. They're always doing the good work. So please check them out, support them however you can. And yeah, so let's get right into the news. And I moved too far, so I saw a quick glimpse of it. So we got Persona 3, I guess the first mission, announced for Gmod Plus Archives to release on Steam. And look, oh my god, just trying to fix my headphones. Yeah, my glasses are moving. For Steam and Nintendo Switch. So yeah, this was a major surprise for a lot of people. People thought this was a sort of a lost media, but thanks to Gmod, we're finally getting this. So Gmod has announced that they will be releasing Persona 3 Aegis, the first mission, as part of their Gmod Plus Archives collection. The game will be released on Steam and Nintendo Switch in Japanese. The release date will be announced at a later date. Aegis, the first mission, was originally released for Japan feature phones in 2007. It is an action RPG that serves as a prequel to Persona 3. And we can play this real quick. Ooh, excuse me. I actually haven't seen what gameplay of this looks like, so I mean, this is for a phone, so it can't be too dense, right? Like especially in 2007. But okay, pretty cool to see 3D. And this will most likely, if there are, dedicated people out there, it will, if you're playing on PC, this will most likely be, like patched, translated into English thanks to modders. So if you want that, make sure to, get it on PC. Because, it's crappily hard to do that on Nintendo Switch. I'm also surprised, they haven't put this on other systems as well. $19.95 May. All that Atlus logo. Okay, I guess first mission. Yeah, pretty cool, short little trailer there. Nice that it's coming back. So the Steam releases, the Steam page is up. Gmode's webpage is also up, and you can see, how, a little bit of the game. So it's mainly like really flat with a few 3D characters. I don't know why, but it's just reminding me of like a little bit, a mix of Kingdom Hearts, like 358 over 2 days with like Spectrobes a little bit. I'm not sure if it's just me or it's, or it's just like, oh, it's like similar to that. Okay, Palladian, right? Don't know who that is. But yeah, it is great that, this is getting a re-release. And here we have a little description. This work features Aegis, who appears in Persona 3, released in 2006, as the main character. A 3D action RPG distributed on feature phones as a side story. The story takes place in 1999 at the Cathedral Ergonomics Institute in Yakushima. When the Type 7 Aegis arrives on the island, an incident occurs during a training exercise. The past story of Aegis, which was never told in the main story, Persona 3, is not revealed. So I'm guessing this will essentially take place, to the incident where, quick spoilers for Persona 3, skip like 3 minutes, right? So like it's probably gonna lead up to where Aegis meets up with Ryoji, Ryoji, she somewhat defeats him and she puts Ryoji into our protagonist, and that's probably where it's gonna end off, right? So that's probably where this is gonna end up. And I wonder how long this will actually be. So I mean, it is a mobile game from 2007, so it can't be that long, right? It has to be just like probably an hour, maybe 2. I mean, I kind of doubt that even, but I have no idea. In addition to original characters that appear in the main story also appear. So it's probably like a young Mitsuru, young Akihiko, young Shinji, possibly, Mitsuru's father too. That's probably the case. Additionally, the familiar Persona system from the series is still alive and well in this game. Raise Aegis' levels, strengthen her equipment, and conquer the shadows that appear on the island. Game systems: as you defeat enemies, you will gain experience points and Aegis will level up. You can also purchase equipment using the money you get along with experience points. In particular, there are 3 types of weapons, each with their own unique attack methods. It's fun to switch them out depending on the battle situation and preference. Equipment can be purchased at the workshop in the lab. The workshop also sells other items which have has effects such as restoring Aegis' hit points. Okay, you guys kind of have to be consistent with like how you're spelling Aegis. Are you spelling like A-I-G-I-S or A-E-G-I-S? Because like when you put A-I, I would say like as Aegis, but when you put A-E-G-I-S, I would say Aegis. Kind of like in Xenoblade. The persona that can be said to be a feature of the original work is alive and well in this story. In this work, help Aegis with powerful attacks and support skills. However, once used, SP soul points will be consumed, and it cannot be used until the gauge returns to full through recovery over time. Persona will learn skills when Aegis levels reach a certain level. Oof. Excuse me. Yeah, just guys, because I just drank Mountain Dew right before this. So yeah, Persona will learn new skills when Aegis reaches a certain level. Story: the setting of this work takes place in is Yakushima, 10 years before the main story of Persona 3. In addition to the original characters of this work, characters that appear in the main story will also appear, and the color and colored the story. Igus exercises held on an island surrounded by nature. A certain incident happens during that time. A story related to Igus's past was never told in the main story will now be revealed. Original characters with strong personalities just like the original. What kind of relationship will they have with Igus from 10 years ago? It's kind of funny, I was... It would be kind of funny if if Atlus does a re-release of Persona 3 Reload and they remade the first mission. and then they also bundle that with the female protagonist. Cause I mean that would be wild if they actually did that. Cause like now this is being brought back into the public, so now that more people know about this, they can do like, okay, people know about this. Now let's see how they would feel like in a newer light, in a newer fashion, high definition, 4K, all that stuff. So they might do that, maybe. But I think I highly doubt that'll happen. But it's cool that Gmode is doing this, so it can finally be available on modern platforms, and hopefully it will get a English translation patch. So just fingers crossed that'll happen. Alright, next up is something Persona adjacent, but it does involve someone who did work in Persona. We have Kazuma Kaneko, who left Atlus and joined Colopl 2023 to work on new projects with a new interview. Again, I really should be checking all this out, but with this length, we should check out a good length. Like all this stuff, I don't like check how long things are. Just like, okay, let's just see what might be important. So with Kaneko, we haven't seen like his work in a good while. His work is really good. So I believe his artwork was SMT 3, majority of like the old school Personas, especially Persona 2 was some of them, I believe. So yeah, I think we're gonna just call it right about here. I have no idea what's gonna be happening here. So yeah. And of course, if you guys want to check out the full article, links will be down in the description below, so please check it out for yourself. So, mobile video game publisher and developer Colopl? Again, please tell me how to pronounce it. Is it Colopl? Colopl? I have no idea. Has published an article announcing that demon artist Kazuma Kaneko has left Atlus and joined the team in 2023. Having worked for the Shin Megami Tensei Persona series since 1988, designing several iconic demons Persona designs for the series and characters. I'm just gonna call it Colopl. Colopl states that he is working on developing a new IP with the company, using the knowledge and experience he has gained thus far. A new interview has also been published with Kazuma Kaneko and Colopl manager Keisuke Furuyama. An interview with Kazuma about the first Persona game from 1996 can be read here. So, creating a new IP within Colopl. First, tell us about your career history up until now. Kaneko, I started out as an animator, and in 1988, I joined Atlus again, designing characters and demons for the Shin Megami Tensei series, starting from the concept stage. Were you always good at drawing? Kaneko? Yes, my teacher used to submit my drawings to contests without my knowledge, and I was often awarded. So, I was proud of my skills in drawing. Since my family was poor, I was a bit of a troublemaker in my student days, but at one point, I thought, this won't do, and decided to become an animator as a profession. I started as a subcontractor for a production company, continuously drawing pictures and contributing as an animator to various works. Since I often had to draw scenes with extraordinary movements, my drawing skills naturally improved. So you joined Alice after honing your skills. Kaneko? That's right. I've always liked games, especially RPGs, because they offer more playtime compared to action or shooting games for the same price. At that time, I played Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei and fell in love with it, so I wanted to create something like that myself. Perhaps some of you might have the image of me as an illustrator, but I was involved in the Shin Megami Tensei series from the conceptual stage, including the world building. How did you join? How did you come to join Copal? Kaneko? The catalyst itself was a referral from a job agent. I was looking for a place where I can utilize my experience, including failures, and when I found a place where we could plan and release games from scratch, it felt like a perfect match for me, for my work. Since I'm good at creating IP from scratch, it seems like a good fit. For Yama, our generation's perspective, Kaneko-san is truly a legendary figure. I myself love the games he has created. So when I heard that Kaneko-san was actively looking for a job, I was surprised. Kaneko, during my job search, I was told by people from various companies, "Are you for real?" Furuyama, in no way did I expect Kazuma Kaneko to be a job agent to find work. However, once we realized he was genuine, we were eager to work with him. So we quickly prepared a plan while consulting with our colleagues. Okay. So like, not gonna lie, I don't remember the last time I've seen like Kaneko's work for Atlus. Like, I feel like the last new game was probably um I think that would have to be like Strange Journey, right? That would have to be like the latest game that he worked on, but let me just see let me just pull up his Wikipedia game. Kazuma Kaneko pulls wiki. His wiki. What was his last word? Oh, he designed okay, so he was credited for original demon designs for Persona 3 Reload and Soul Hackers 2. So it's probably like, like his work was still in, like they used his original work and then, like made him 3D, right? Okay, and then SMT5 and HD Nocturne for series design. So again, just they're reusing assets or using the inspiration of the design that they made and made new ones. So let's see here. So Royal, okay, demon modeling supervisor and demon designer. So okay. So again, like some of his original work is being brought over into Royal. But I honestly don't remember like new stuff he's made. What was like the new demons that he's made? I don't know exactly. But like I don't want to count like that it's just me, like I'm not knocking like his work, just like I feel like I don't want to count like just like some of the recent stuff, just because a lot of it is just like the designs being turned into 3D, right? It's like, well, what is the new demons that he's made into the new one? Because like it says here original demons design, so it's talking about like Lilith, for example. I believe that was uh the demon, demon lady who's now like the villain in SMT5 Vengeance. No, that demon, that was originally like his design, right? And they just made 3D. So like seeing Soul Hackers 2, so it's like basically like the same thing there. Um, so just scrolling here. I feel like it has to be like either like mm, maybe Persona 5 perhaps, because it doesn't say like original demon design, so he must have added like new demon. He made new demons, and then because he's also the modeling supervisor for that, so um probably. But it's also the same for Royal, so I have no idea. If you guys can correct me in the comments below, please do. Because like I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to like discredit like his work and whatnot. But like, well, what were like the new demons that he's made? Like within the past couple of years. Like let me know in the comment section down below. I want to know like specifically like what demons he's made, if it's even like public knowledge. Because like I know he had like multiple art books, and like I was looking to like buy those, but like they were like very expensive. Let me see. Like he has like freaking 10 art books. Like oof. I see like the latest one is like Cosmic Neko Works X or 10 that came out in 2021. Like I really want to get them. They look so cool. Um uh, who knows? Who knows? Like I can just like add them to my little wish list. Like, hey, get me these art books. I want them. um, just see. Can I get like a quick look inside? Doesn't look like it, but broken color. How many pages? Okay, so the Kaneko Works 10 is 160 pages. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Let me see. Like, cause some of the demons or like some of the characters that he's designed is on the front. It's like cover for 9 has Rido. It has Seraph. I don't know who this other lady is, but yeah, like you can see some of his work on the front covers. 9 came out in 2020, so okay. Let me see. Well, actually, nope, can't see anything for 10. 9 has some details. Let me just Google Translate this. It'll say, what he works on. Okay, has some works in Devil Survivor, Strange Journey. Okay. Alright, not bad, not bad. Yeah. He has done a lot of like a lot of works that like I do want to give props to. Like I really love the designs in the Digital Devil Saga. Like one of my favorite character designs. It just looks really great. I do want to like I feel like Kaneko's design could work with like Persona 5's vibes. Like I think it would really work like if it like went with that. But who knows? Who knows if it were work or not? Like not saying like a P5's art design is bad. Like no way. I have the freaking art books. I wouldn't say it was bad if I got them. But yeah, it would be interesting to see like how different artwork or how different media will look like in other artists' designs. Like with Dragon Ball, so many different like manga artists did like Goku in their own art style, so it's just like like they like a bunch of them looks really cool. So like it's similar to like that. And Yeah, again, if you guys want to check out the original article here, please check it out in the description below. Next up, we're talking more Metaphor, baby. Yeah. So, we got the release date for Metaphor. It is October 11th. And this is just like literally just a paragraph, but we got more coming up. And you guys can check out my reaction to the reveal there. During the Atlus exclusive showcase for the upcoming Atlus Fantasy RPG Metaphor, the worldwide release date was announced for October 11th, 2024 for Xbox, Windows, PS4, PS5, and Steam. So yeah, just real quick there, and pretty sure this has more details to it. So we got the King's Trial preview trailer released with collector's edition details. Again, it's going to be featured in the Atlus showcase, so please check it out. Check out that reaction there. And I gotta charge my phone because it is low on charge. Ooh, oh no. Oh no, I don't want that. No way. Ooh. Get that. Do that, and boom. Ah, much better. Much better. Alright. So, continuing where I lift off here. So, the latest preview for Map 4 was shown during the Atlus exclusive showcase dubbed Hail the King. Or, not Hail the King, the King's Trial. The entire showcase is about 25 minutes long, so yeah. But, it was a good showcase. And we gotta look at the box art here, and, that looks absolutely amazing. It just sucks that it's not available on PS4. Yeah, yes, it is available on PS4 digitally. You can't get it physically, which sucks. It started with what was the game? There was a game that released recently by Sega that wasn't available on PS4. What's oh man, oh, I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name. Whoa, was it Atlus or was it Sega? Oh man. Oh man, why is it blinking on me? I can look at my community my community tag because I think I'm pretty sure I talked about oh there's no PS4 version. Let me see. Yeah, SMT5 Vengeance does not have a PS4 version. Physical. There's no physical PS4 version, but it is available on PS5, Switch, and Xbox physically. So they are wrapping up the PS4 and just hey, buy digital, buy digital, buy digital. No, not buying digital. But for me, I don't have a PS5, and I haven't I didn't even pre-order the collector's edition because it's just I don't know when I'm getting the PS5. So just but it's funny because I bought freaking Stellar Blade and I don't have a PS5. I might get the physical limited edition thing, and then might have to buy the digital PS4 version, perhaps. I'm not even sure if there's even a transfer method for the PS4 to PS5, but I don't know, no idea. But continuing on here, yeah, just we got the top half here, which it's the bad guys here. It just looks freaking awesome. And where does this face reminds me of? It looks like an owl or something. Some kind of Yu-Gi-Oh card or something like that. It looks very familiar to me, but I don't know where to put it. But Just continuing on downward, then we have the power of the people, and oof, it looks absolutely amazing. I believe that it was said like we get like it's either 7 or 9 party members, something like that. Same thing like you. So I think all of them are like right up front. Like, okay, I know you. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing 6, 7. Well, someone here is an 8 and probably 9, perhaps. Oh no, I totally miss you. So you're one of them, not you. Cause you're just so small. But anyways, so here we have the North American Standard Edition. Comes with the base game, Archetype EXP item set, and the Journey chest set. So there's that. So, same edition comes with the following. All this stuff, exclusive pre-order is, well, the chest set and Adventures Journey pack. So these are what comes in regular, but it sounds like it's the same. Pretty sure just like these are the same, right? But I have no idea. I have no idea. It sounds like it's the same, but the Archetype EXP chess set is designed to help players develop their archetypes, which are a key element in combat. Using it will increase the experience points of their archetype with 10 times heroes' incenses, increase the archetype experience by 100, and 5 times heroes' fruits, increase the archetype's experience by 500. The Adventures Pack is a set of items that will prove useful in a wide range of situations during their adventure. From text items used in battles to navigation, you can use these items in many ways. It includes 3,000 reeves in-game currency, 5 times expensive medicine, so it's 200 to each to one ally, 5 times revival medicine, revives an ally, 3 times magical breads, gradually restores MP while in dungeon, and 2 stale black breads deal heavy almighty damage to one enemy. Then we have the North American Collector's Edition. So, comes with the base game, steelbook, soundtrack, art book, Homo Tenta metallic pins, a sticker sheet, Kingdom of Uchronia cloth map, costume and ballad BGM set DLC vouchers, Atlus 35th anniversary digital history book, and digital all-time best soundtrack. Kinda sucks that it's only digital, not physical, and the pre-order bonus vouchers. So yeah, so like we do get, the soundtrack and the art book here. So soundtrack, art book, but not the other ones. Just like why do you have to put that in physical? So yeah, there's all that. And then the costume and battle DLC vouchers includes the Student Academy uniform, battle BGM, and battle jingle. So it's gonna be the same for all of them, all that half. The Yasugami, Gebkong, Seven Sisters, Say Herlin, Hermalin, Juin, and then we got Samurai Guard from SMT4, and the Etrian Odyssey series class costumes. So yeah, Etrian Odyssey gets a little bit of love, and then the Japanese get, like it's much better, like because they actually get a physical soundtrack. So you can see here, like they get the history book and the soundtrack both physically. So just like why can't we get it physically? Why are they being cheap on that? And the digital version is essentially the same thing, but all digital. So yeah, I kind of miss on getting the collector's edition. I mean, they're still like 6 months, so they could always restock, you know. But not really sure if I'm gonna get the collector's edition for PS5. I'm not sure entirely, because, again, I don't even know if I'm gonna get PS5 by the time this releases, so who knows? Like, do I just pre-order the collector's edition, still get the PS4 version? Or, like, if by the time, like, I get the PS4 version, like, will they actually announce um, the PS5 Pro? Because rumors are saying that, hey, it's gonna be coming out, like holiday this year. I have no idea. That's why I'm, like, holding out and getting a PS5, because I want that PS5 Pro. So if it doesn't come out this year, I'm just going to get a regular PS5. So that's it for me. Because I waited long enough for it. I waited long enough. Like, I waited long enough for like the Nintendo Switch to like get a Pro version. Though it was just like, what, came out in 2017, and I got it 2019, right? So yeah, I didn't really wait that long, because like there's the OLED, but doesn't improve it like that much. It's just the screen quality and slightly longer battery life, but that doesn't really improve like how the game runs. So yeah. So are you guys be getting a Metaphor, and which version are you gonna get? Like, you're gonna get the PS4 version, PS5, PC version? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, next up. This episode of the Cathedral Velvet podcast is sponsored by W. W is a clean energy drink that's made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or inks like other energy drinks. There's also no filters or artificial dyes. W contains vitamins like B3, B6, C, amino acids, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. W allows you to have faster reaction times paired with laser sharp focus. They have a variety of tubs, shakers, accessories to choose from. If you want to start winning more, they made this for you. Go to the first link in the description below and use code POWERJ at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's POWERJ at checkout to save 10% on your order. Thank you for W for sponsoring this episode. Now back to the show. We got a large-scale user event called Atlus Fest announced for June 2024 in Japan. So, to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Atlus brand, the company has announced Atlus's first large-scale user event called Atlus Fest. This event will be free to enter and last 2 days on June 8th and 9th, 2024 in Akihabara. Visitors will be able to play the first demos of Metaphor as well as demos for SMT5 Vengeance. Atlus will be also be selling merchandise at the venue, along with exhibits and stage events. More information for the event will be announced in the future. Atlus has also specified that no new titles will be announced at this event. Okay, so yeah, no new titles. It's just hands-on, hey, come play this game, see what you think, yada yada. So yeah, it's alright. And this is just right before the game releases. Well, SMT5 Vengeance releases. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe Atlus will do the same thing in the West, but it'll probably most likely be in California, because that's where Atlus's West is based. So I doubt they're gonna do anything anywhere in Florida. So I don't have hopes for anything in the West, well, outside of California. So I'm just gonna keep my expectations somewhat tempered. So yeah, that's mainly it for me. So next we got more Persona 5X, and we always love some P5X around here. Even though we have no confirmation of whenever that game is releasing in the West. So yeah. So we got Yui's character trailer. So let's just check it out. Perfect World Games has released 2 character trailers for the idol thief Yui, codename Booey. That's not a good name. That's not a good codename at all. When it's literally just your name just with 1 letter difference. Like, come on. Like, you gotta do better, like. But I guess, like, with, like, this game's theming, I guess, like, the codenames is not really needed. Or, like, doesn't need to be as, hidden, I guess. So, we can just check out the character trailer. Let me just, mute here. And let's check it out. So she's a farmer? Who are you? I think her eyes are too far apart. Because you guys can see, but I can see like the next video underneath. Just like, it's a little bit too far apart. Oh, okay, a bazooka. Yeah, in the game, she's more like a photographer character, a navigator. I think that was her, right? No. It was the water lady. She's more of, God, her eyes are so far apart. Wait, oh, that's the real her. Wait, is that the real her? Most likely, but so like we must have saw like her, her thieves outfit. So I'm guessing, we might see the real her. I mean, we have some more more images down below, but let's see the second character trailer. See if this gives us more information. Yeah, this is, yeah, we're only seeing her character on Avatar, and then when we see her in like in the metaverse, that's what we see here. So somewhat similar to like it's Instant Online and Persona 3. That's a good Persona design. Okay, so that's the narrator for this video, okay. 所以与擅长附着触电效果的角色组队时，他将在战斗中更为强力。波伊的核心被动技能是打工。Yeah, I really like that Persona design. And using those disc things as weapons, like chakrams, I think they're called. 立刻追击技能主目标，并造成单体电击属性伤害。配合技能超稀有奖励，可在指定队友造成技能伤害后立刻进行追击。 技能噼啪惊奇箱能对1名敌人造成电击属性伤害，若敌人未处于触电状态，有概率使其陷入2回合触电状态；若敌人已处于触电状态，则提升技能伤害。技能爆炸砖块能对所有敌人造成电击属性。There's something about I think like talking about like okay like it's a random effect to like gain extra like stat boosts or something like that. 可以选择1名同伴作为波伊的 Like, I have no idea what, they're saying, so... So it's like, kind of like an oracle effect. Like with Persona 3, 5, also 4 did that too. Like, give boosts to the characters. You think they, Yui and, Futaba could be friends? Maybe. Like, definitely, like, Fuka, Futaba, and, Yui might be really good friends. Possibly. Going down here, Yui is a mysterious girl, the protagonist meets in the virtual world. Thus, with acquiring the land, the two decides to use it, to grow crops. Her Persona 2 is, Absudes? Absuades? I think it's Absuades. I think it seems appropriate, like, name. Absuades. Got abs and Suades. Then we have a little bit of her character. So, like, that's her character, like, well, in-game character model. Her virtual avatar. This is her virtual avatar. And then we have her metaverse outfit. And there's her persona. Boom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that has to be. This has to be the real Yui. Will we actually meet her? Maybe. But we're just gonna have to, find out later. If people are, doing like, covering the game. Like, I'm not really covering the game because it's still in Chinese. I do have, the translation app, translation mod on, the game, but me personally, I don't really like how just like it kind of takes a while for it to, like, translate so I can understand it. And it kind of, like, ruins the pacing a little bit, and then, like, it kind of messes up the names because all the glitching and all that stuff. So, like, I'm gonna just, slowly do it from time to time. It's not my main focus, really. So until, like, the English version comes out, it's just like I'm gonna be fairly blind as to, like, what new information is gonna be coming out about this game. So yeah, just waiting on that. Just waiting on that. So we got one last article, and then somewhat new information. It's not really a leak. Well, I guess I'm not really sure, but just new information about the Megaton series. So before we end off, we got one last article. Got an interview about Metaphor on the protagonist's goals, archetypes, and the fast and squad system. So, as previously announced, Weekly Famitsu magazine issue 1847 includes a feature on Metaphor, part of which is a developer interview with director Katsura Hashino. Oof. The interview goes over the game's development timeline, the protagonist's motivation, and the difference between being a blank slate, the concept of the game's archetypes, as well as the fast and squad system. The long-awaited release date has been announced. Finally, this title's release date has been announced. I imagine you put a considerable amount of effort into the game until now, but looking back, how do you feel? Hashino, the first few years was a period while preparation while developing Cathedral full body. So developing began in its earnest after that. Okay, so yeah, I remember just like the very early list of this being announced, which was initially Project Wave Fantasy, and I think that was announced like 2015, when either 2015 or 2016. I was like literally just started college, so oh man, that was so long ago. So, in a sense, the most challenging period was when we were forced to work remotely, but we've almost completely completed preparations for multi-platform compatibility and a simultaneous worldwide release. Finally reached this point. Reading back on an interview conducted during the planning stages, you mentioned because we've always used reality as the setting, we haven't delved into its fundamental aspects. I want to depict the the collision of various mindsets, as such as why people find this world from the viewpoints of someone who has grown up in that fantasy world, and I want to bring back some of that. And I want to bring back some of that back to our reality. It seems like this work is a truly a manifestation of your original intentions. Ashino? Of course, we didn't have a clear vision of the final product from the outset, so we went through trial and error while building the systems, among other things. Even the UI, which invokes this project's image, went through several major redesigns before the design was solidified. When you see the finished game, you might get the impression that it's not as orthodox as fancy as you expect. But I think we were able to continue making it while aiming for an Alice-like feel. Originally, the reason we like modern dramas was because we wanted to depict themes that could resonate with our own reality, that could provide some kind of a connected insight. As long as this fundamental idea remained, we didn't hesitate in including elements that deviated from typical fantasy ones. The package illustration drawn by Shigenori Sojima is also spectacular. Hashino? First, let me provide some additional. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. I was looking at Streamlabs, totally forgot upon music. uh, First, let me provide some additional detail about the tile's logo and place in the center of the visual. Like, I mean, it's like little, like, you can see it like splitting in half, back, good. No, the few versus the many. But, yeah. It's inspired by the main street of a royal capital, with the perspective applied towards the A in the middle, which is meant to invoke the cathedral in the story. Below the logo, you see the protagonist leading the masses, while adversaries are depicted above. Yep. People versus, well, like the lowly people versus the so-called gods, right? Oh, we can even see like the moon or like the giant planet that we see, like that, in some of the trailers. In a previous interview, Sojima-san mentioned this is about the protagonist. While there is a player equals protagonist dynamic, the protagonist isn't simply a blank slate. I designed him as an androgynous young man with a gentle yet intriguing aura, possessing a strong gaze. Indeed, the illustration conveys a different atmosphere compared to the protagonist of the Persona series. Ashino? The game's protagonist has a clear mission, aiming to become king to fulfill that goal. However, he's not the type to strategically aim for the throne with calculated moves, but rather he is a young man with a charisma he's unaware of. With an innate heroism who eventually gathers support from people, he's someone that might revolutionize the world because of his purity. So this heroism to the type of archetypes the protagonist awakens to? Ashino? Excuse me. Such things lie dormant in people's hearts and awaken as they confront their anxieties and fears. That is what is manifested as an archetype in this game's world. In real life, we also receive strengths from others or realize new ways of seeing things through interaction. The protagonist also meets such people on his journey and gains invaluable strength. Depicting this game's journey, I thought that incorporating such bonds into the system would be natural. Not only the protagonist, but also the other party members can freely switch archetypes, which seems to offer a different level of strategy compared to the Persona in the Persona series. Ashino, as the story progresses, the number of party members will increase to 7. Okay, so it is 7. and up to 4 members participate in battles at once. Although the essence of archetypes lies in their high degree of freedom, there's also strategic depth to it. Even when challenging the same enemy or dungeon, depending on the player, the party composition can be completely different, reflecting one's preferred playstyle. We had the development staff from another team playtest internally. It was really enjoyable to observe how different each person's party composition, battle styles, and daily routines were. Ugh. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, I was gonna say like, yeah, you can just like set up, the team to have archetypes be like all physical guys, all magic guys, all defense, all support, or okay, 2 attack, 2 defense, two magic, 2 attack, whichever. It's essentially like a job system, right? So like that's what like each archetypes are. And we only get 7 of them, which isn't bad. No, that's not bad. So if we just like go back to here, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I know these 4 confirmed. So the 3 others might be her. Pink haired. And possibly this guy over here, maybe. I feel like it has to be like, since we're all about trying to come together, while people from different like races and all that stuff, it would have to be like almost entirely the entire group has to be like from different races, right? So we already have the 4 here, like us being like the humans. We got like an elf, got a rabbit-like creatures, got that person. So I'm not sure about her, but like this person here, most likely her perhaps is like they look like 2 different races. I have no idea. I don't know who these actual people are, but just guessing. Yes, I'm judging by their covers. Judge me. But maybe this guy or this guy over here. No idea who's gonna be like the final the final 3. So like yeah, we already see the 3 there, and then we have Gallica, who's not in the party, just guide. It seems you've gathered feedback not just through impressions you were told, but also through observing gameplay. Hashino? That's right. We received a significant amount of feedback by observing how players interacted with the game. We had quite a few people from another team cooperate with us for a considerable period of time, and we incorporated many improvements based on their input. There's no likely related to Metaphor appearing on Xbox most played lists in Japan, with internal playtesters accounting for these people. Oh yeah, that did happen. It's like for a time, like for some reason, like Metaphor just showed up on like most played games list. So I guess they forgot to take it off online mode, and just like, hey, people are playing this game. Yep. Yeah, just people knows about that. So yeah. So that's where where probably we're talking about. So what was the intentions behind the Fasten Squad system, which allows players to quickly defeat weaker enemies? Hashino, while speeding up the game's pace was certainly a goal, we especially want to synchronize the system, the rhythm of thought with the tempo. For example, in real-life conversations, there are times when we speak quickly with enthusiasm, and other times we carefully choose our words. Similarly, in battles, our thought process switches frequently. We might swiftly dispatch weaker enemies, while strategizing and keeping our distance while encountering formidable foes. In the field of behavioral psychology, there's a book called Thinking Fast and Slow, which inspires the name for the Fasten Squad system. The game's content seems to be nearly complete, but how do you feel about it now? Ashino, I feel like we've done everything we could. we've just been earnestly working on it, so I can hope that many people will enjoy it. On the game's official site, we've gone a step further from the traditional trailers that showcase its atmosphere and have released explanatory videos to convey the actual feel of the game. I hope you'll take a look at those as well, and please look forward to further updates in the future. Alright, not bad, not bad. I do kind of wish, they will keep the other party members a secret, because we already know the first four party members in our group. If we just keep them a secret, like don't tell us, okay, this character, and this character are party members. Like, I do want to have like some surprise to the game, right? Because like it feels like games nowadays don't really give us that, like, oh, here's a surprise for you, this is a character that's gonna be in your party. Like, I feel like we don't have that surprise anymore. Like, if you look at like the cover for Persona 5 and Persona 4, like you can see all the characters that you're gonna be playing as, or all the characters that's gonna be like, involved in right then and there. But when you look at, at least, with like Persona 3, FES, and Reload, you don't really get that. The only difference is like, with Persona 3 Portable, that shows like every character on there. So like having, like some, mystery as to like, okay, who are these characters that I'm gonna be playing with and who I'm gonna be interacting, it would be, like a good idea to like, still keep that hidden. We don't know what's gonna be coming up next, yada yada. But, we essentially like we can guess, like, just from the cover here, like, okay, who might be our party members, who might be, part of that bond system that we've been seeing throughout the game or throughout the trailers. So, me personally, again, would rather have that be a secret. But as you know, I'm a YouTuber. I do reaction to these stuff. I'm gonna find out. And doing these podcasts, I'm gonna find out eventually. So just, I can't help it. But yeah, that's the only thing that that's a downside for me. I'm gonna find out eventually. I mean, I could just stop right here, just like, okay, I'm not doing anything more about this. The next episode's gonna be, we're gonna be talking about Barbie. But that's just me, just some wants, with some with games and all that stuff. I guess, like, I guess people just we want to know exactly what this game contains and all that stuff. No, like it's good to keep some things, surprised. Let the players find out for themselves what's happening. Like, especially like with the Kingdom Hearts series. Like, I love the Kingdom Hearts, but man, the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, they were just like showing everything off. They were showing every Kingdom Hearts world. They were essentially showing off what's gonna be happening in the game. Everything. Like, there was especially like two trailers. It was one trailer that shows like a character, like a very beloved character turning evil, and it was just like, bro, why would you show us this? That kind of like ruins the surprise. Just like, bro, why would you do that? It would have been awesome to find out, from the from like playing the game, but also gave hype, like, holy crap, we got that character turned evil. What the heck? Oh, and then there was like literally like the final trailer that releases for Kingdom Hearts 3, which just like, oh yeah, here's a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna be happening in the final area of the game. Have fun. And yeah, just like, that spoils all so much. So much. Really hope Square Enix learn the lesson and like try not to like show up so many things. Keep things secret. Like, I want to be surprised as to what worlds are going to be in the game. Like, I want to be surprised as to what some of the plot points is going to be. I want to be guessing, what's going to be happening. Don't tell me so many things about the game. Just let us be surprised as to what's going to be happening. But what do you guys think? do you want to like know everything about almost everything about the game, like the characters and what's gonna be happening, some bosses in the game, or would you guys just want to be like go through the dark, But yeah. So the last thing we're gonna be talking about is that we got some new domains for Atlus. So Atlus has registered basically Megaten 6 through 10. And if you guys don't know, like Atlus does this a whole bunch of times. Like especially like back it was back when I was in college. Like they had like domains for P5R, P3D, P5D, PQ2, like all these domain names that they registered, just like, oh well, we know that these games are essentially in the works. But with this Megaten 6 through 10, I mean, I'm just gonna like I doubt 10, I mean 5 SMT games are gonna be in the works like right now. I mean, these could honestly be okay. We might get SMT 6. That could possibly be true, but like Megaten 7 could be like, okay, here's Devil Survivor 3 possibly. Megaten 8 could be, oh hey, here's a Rhino game. Megaten 9, that could possibly be, hey, here's a new Digital Devil Saga game. And then, oh hey, 10, oh hey, this is actually SMT 7. Boom. We have no idea where, what all this will be. I mean, let me just check what this brings up. But I doubt anything will actually show up. Yeah, nothing. Just like, hey, we got this domain, so and only Atlus can do something about it. So we have no word about what is gonna be happening with these domains, what they're gonna change into. Just that Atlus has these locked, and they're planning on doing something with them. Hopefully, this means we can get back to like how Atlus used to be. They would have multiple like SMT games releasing. All of them like just different genres, all that stuff. We used to have like, we had Digital Devil Saga, we had Rhino, we had we had Devil Survivor, Digital Devil Saga, Rhino, and the mainline SMT, they were all like out before, having Persona being the main thing that they were just focusing on. Hopefully Atlus will be doing this again, not just multiple Persona games back to back. Oh, here's another Persona spin-off, here's another Persona spin-off. As much as I love my Persona, I would also love other SMT games, alright? It would be fun to like, hey, I want to see another story about, within like, the Devil Survivor universe. I want to see another game, using, the Digital Devil Saga battle system. I want to see another game, that is, using, the Rhino Kuzunoa, game system. Just to like, hey, we're not playing the same old, turn-based RPG over and over again. Just like, it would be fun to do that. Now, we do have, like, Personal Price Strikers being, a Muso game, and obviously Dancing being Dancing game, Tactica being Tactics game, but it's just with the same characters that we already knew about. Story isn't progressing. Well, Strikers is technically a sequel to Persona 5, but still, I want to see new characters. I want to see like new stories happening. New character development with new characters, all that stuff. So You know, hopefully that'll be the case, but who knows? Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about, what might be happening, with these new domains. Are they actually, making 5 more SMT games, like 5 mainline SMT games? Do you think they are just like, just holding them just to have them? Or are we actually gonna get like, more original SMT games? Or like other spin-off SMT games? Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think might be happening. And yeah, thank you guys for checking out the Cathedral of Velvet podcast. Also want to give thanks to the patrons who should be going up on screen now. If you guys want to support, the podcast, check out the Patreon down in the description below. That'll really help me out. So thank you guys for checking the video or listening to on the audio podcast. Your support is really great. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Please, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, favorite, share with all our friends. Check out links in the description below for all my social media links. If you're on, the audio podcast, follow the streaming there. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time in 2 weeks. Like, we're gonna be in May. Well, by the time this comes out, it's gonna be like the 1st of May for patrons, 2nd of May for everyone else. The next episode is gonna be on the week of May 12th. So, and that week, like by that week, I'm gonna be out of town. So, yeah. So we're gonna be doing some stuff then. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out the Cathedral Velvet podcast, and I will see you guys soon with the next episode. Bye!